everyone. Hello. Alright, it's Jefford again from Rubik's Academy. Today I want to produce a very short video highlighting a very important statistic similar to the US Treasury yield curve, but it's a different indicator because this one talks about the overall being of the economy. This one talks about the different sectors of the economy and how each sector is doing as a whole. Okay, so this is the Chicago Federal National Activity Index, in short also called CFNAI. All right, without further ado, let's take a look at CFNAI. Alright, so this is the Chicago Fed National Activity Index. Now to get here is very simple. All you gotta do is go to Google. Alright, go to Google and you type in CFNAI. Alright, and then you can see that the first link right here is the link to this website. Simple as that. Now, I want to just make clear one thing. Although it says CFNAI, Chicago Fed National Activity Index, this index, this data that you are about to see is not just for Chicago. Alright, it is for the entire United States. Just that this came from the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago. That's why they call it Chicago Fed National Activity Index. But it doesn't just refer to Chicago. It refers to the entire United States. Okay? So let's take a look. All right. So let's take a look at this so-called index. Now, how do you interpret this data? Very simple. It's very, very simple. Okay. So what you want to do first is you want to just do a brief scroll through. All right. So let's stop here. Okay. You can see that there are 5 colors there: sales, orders, personal consumption, production and income, CFNAI, employment, unemployment, and all that. Okay. So now, the zero line, you see here, this is the zero line. Okay, this is the zero line. The zero line is the positive line, meaning that anything above that suggests a growth, and anything below the zero line suggests negative growth. So you want to see everything above the zero line for it to be a good sign. If everything is below the zero line and is below the zero line by a lot, it's a bad sign. Okay, and what is it a bad sign for? It's a bad sign that a recession is coming, or we are already in the midst of a recession. Okay, so if you look at this scroll bar over here, instead of looking at 1970 all the way to 2020, I'm just looking at 1990 all the way to 2020. Alright, so let me scroll in all the way. Okay, I just want to stop here. Now, why do I say that we are already in a recession or that this is the onset of a recession? Is very simple. Because if you look at the 2008 data, everything is below the zero line. It reached about minus 4.29. You can see right there. CFNAI is about minus 7.1. That was in 2008. Okay, 2008 that was in minus 4.29. That was in 2008. Okay, so as we all know, 2008 is the Lehman financial crisis. Now, if you look at what we see over here right now, if I scroll all the way to 2020, okay, now you can see that as of March 1st, 2020, April's data is not out yet because April has not ended. You can see that as of March 1st, 2020, we are out. The overall CFNAI is already at minus 4.19. Just now it was about minus 4.29, now it's about minus 4.19. So to anyone who is still telling you that we are not in a recession, we are fine, we are good, please tell them to come here, come to this website and look at this data. Look at this data because this is exactly what it is. Alright? Now if you scroll down, there are other indicators, okay? Other indicators. Everything is the same logic. That's the good thing about this website. Everything is the same logic. The zero line means constant neutral growth. Anything above the zero line is accelerating or positive growth. Anything below the zero line is negative growth. That means the economy is contracting instead of expanding. At the zero line, it's expanding at a constant rate. Okay, above the zero line, it's expanding at an accelerating rate. Below the zero line, the economy is contracting. Don't know what's wrong with my camera. It keeps doing this, shutting up and shutting down. Alright, but anyways, I didn't say anything while the camera was off, so don't worry, you didn't miss anything. Okay, so you can see that as of 2020, alright, this was 2008. Okay, again, we want to compare ourselves to 2008. Okay, in terms of inflation cycle, we are not that bad yet. You can see that as of now, we are still fine, I guess. Okay, we are still not at the same level as 2008. Now, but in terms of the other indexes, this is CFNEI and business cycles. All right. So if you just go in, okay, same thing. We are not that bad. Okay, we are not that bad. All right. Business cycle is still continuing. All right. There is still business activity going on. Now, diffusion index. Okay, what does the diffusion index mean? Okay, the diffusion index is basically an average of all the indexes, and then you compare to each other. Again, it's the same logic. Above zero is good, below zero is bad. It's the same logic. Okay, so this was in 2008. Now you just go in. This is, we are already coming down. Okay, we're already coming down. You can see that we are coming down for the CFNI diffusion index. Okay, we are at about, as of February, at minus 0.21. Obviously, 2008 was minus 0.81. Okay, we are still better than 2008. But we must always remember that the most important index on this website is not all these alternative indexes. The most important one is the overall Fed National Activity Index, because this Fed National Activity Index is the leading indicator. The rest of it are lagging indicators, meaning that the curve only comes down after this activity drops. That means activity drop first, then you will see all these other curves start to drop. So that's why I always say this is the most important chart, most important. Okay, all right. Again, okay. So if I compare to 2008, okay, you can see we are at almost the same level, minus 4.71. Okay, minus 4.29. Now we are at minus 4.19. All right. So you can also see the historical data here. All right, these are just different forms of the data. All right, but they all say the same thing. Okay, this is the most important chart, most important. All right, again, so for those of you who are still saying recession is not here, we are good, we are safe. Look, we are not safe, we are not good, because if you look at this index right here, it doesn't give you a healthy sign at all. All right, so I'm not a doomsayer. All right, I'm not a spreader of fear, all right, but I do like to highlight critical facts, and this is one of them. Okay, thank you very much. So sorry for the video flickering on and off. I promise you, or at least I try to promise you, that it will not be happening in the future videos. Thank you. Stay tuned and subscribe to us, all right? Subscribe to Jaffet Lim, all right? That's me, okay? I'm going to bring you more important information that the other YouTubers don't bring you. Okay, thank you so much.